Peace be to all. I hope everybody's having a beautiful and wonderful day. I'm gonna be doing a little garden tour for y'all for the beginning of April. On April 10th, 2026. So y'all will be able to see my garden. Basically, at somewhat the beginning of spring, I'm located in Central Texas, Garden 8B. It may change in a couple years and it might end up being 9A. So it seems to be going that way, but I may not be living here by then. But I just want y'all to stay tuned. So I'm going to be starting in the back of my garden. I have 5 raised beds, and that will be essentially the first thing that I show y'all. So let's get started. So right here are my raised beds, or one of my raised beds. I have kale in here. I have a couple. This is a brand new plant that I never seen before, and I had to pick it up. It's called strawberry spinach. And this is what it looks like right here. This is another one. And then that's another one right there. But it tastes really good. It has a very mild flavor. It tastes very much like spinach. It's supposed to produce some of these red berries, but it seems to be very hardy. It's supposed to grow during the summertime. And if y'all are able to see it for a good price, I would recommend y'all picking some up. Speaking of strawberries, look what we have right there. Strawberry. Got a couple flowers. With all this rain, there have been a lot of ants that have been popping up. So there was a whole ant pile that kind of tried to take over my strawberries right here. So what I had to do was put some diatomaceous earth, and I also have something called Come and Get It, and I sprinkle that along the outside because it's basically an ant bait, and they may take it to the queen and end up killing the queen. But like I said, in this bed, I got some kale going, I got some mustard greens going, I got some strawberries. That's some yarrow right here. I also have a couple peppers that are scattered in between, as well as eggplant. So right here, I have a couple peppers in containers. This one is called a sweet heat pepper. And then this one is a cascabella pepper. And this is one of my original favorite peppers because it's a very prolific producer. It's very easy to grow, and you get a whole lot of spice and flavor off of the very small peppers. They can get to be about the size of a jalapeno, but that's a rarity from as far as I've seen. So right here, I'm experimenting with something. I dug into the ground and I removed some of the soil. I mixed some of that soil with some mushroom compost as well as some raised garden bed mix. And then I mixed that in as with some rock phosphate as well as some biochar. And so that's what I'm testing out this year. I have some okra growing. I have some sage. We have mint, lemon balm, chamomile, cucumbers as well. The reason I have this assortment of plants is because if something doesn't make it, something will. So if the cucumbers don't make it, the okra might. If the okra doesn't make it, the chamomile might. If the chamomile doesn't make it, we all know what mint and lemon balm does. It loves to take over. So at the very least, we'll have some of that. Right here in a 10-gallon pot, I have some eggplant. This is eggplant right here. The reason I decided to put it in this 10-gallon pot this year is because I don't have a whole lot of eggplant that seems to be coming through. So I want to make sure that the ones that I do have going, they get very big. So here is my second bed. So here I have planted onions. So these onions I planted about 2 months ago. And I also have peppers in here that I just planted this month. So I'm going to be planting this later on today. This is a habanero. I have some early jalapenos. I also put a couple melons in here as well. So we're just going to see how that goes with these onions. Hopefully by the time I end up harvesting these onions, there's a little bit extra space to where I could put some more peppers in. So as I'm getting bit up by these mosquitoes, this is my other bed of onions. I also have some cucumbers going on, as well as some beans. So these cucumbers and beans should grow up this trellis. Something that I have been noticing with some of my beds, there has been inconsistent watering. I'm trying to understand. So this bed right here is a little older. I haven't been able to amend this one yet because it has the onions in it, and I'm waiting to be able to harvest those. But this bed has very inconsistent moisture as far as maintaining the moisture or it drying out. So it does both. Like, it dries out very easy, but whenever it's moist, it stays moist for a very long time. So that's something I'm gonna have to address whenever I harvest these onions. So right here, I have a bed of Swiss chard, as y'all could see. In this bed of Swiss chard, I also have some onions planted, as well as a chamomile, couple peppers, as well as some eggplant. Next to it, right here, I have a couple more peppers. If y'all know what that is, if y'all could read my handwriting, I'm not gonna disclose it and say it, but that's the type of pepper it is. Right here, I have another pepper. If y'all could guess what that one is, y'all would know. Have some tomatoes, more peppers, more peppers. Right here, I have my blackberry plant. As y'all can see, it's getting ready to produce. See this snail right there? Gotta get bro out of here. Right here, I have a roselle that I started from some seeds I've been saving over the years. Have some lemongrass, as well as some St. John's wort. This is my first year finding St. John's wort, and so I know it has a lot of spiritual benefits as well as mental health benefits when it comes to seasonal depression. That was how I heard about it the first time, and it has helped with me a lot. So St. John's wort is definitely something that I would love to grow. It can also be a ground cover, so that's why I wanted to grow it in this particular pot, because I don't plan on putting any mulch, and I hope to see if it could take over the bottom part of the pot. I also have a watermelon growing in here as well. Got a curry plant. This is my mulberry tree, my dwarf mulberry tree. It has been producing a little bit, but the switch in the weather has been definitely affecting the harvest. Right here, I have a bed that has kind of lagged behind, but I'm still satisfied with what it's doing. It has some tomatoes in it, it has some watermelon, it has dill, eggplant, it has an assortment of different plants in it, but I believe that it has just been staying too moist, being that it gets a lot of shade. The top layer of it doesn't stay very moist, but the bottom layer stays pretty moist. So maintaining that moisture and not overwatering is something that I'm learning with this particular bed. Each bed that you have, or each container that you have, even if you mix the soil properly, it may not necessarily operate the same when it comes to moisture retention or moisture loss. So just make sure that you check in on your plants and you check in on the soil. Right here, I have a couple other plants as well. Got a couple more peppers. As y'all will see, it's a common theme for me to have a whole bunch of peppers. It's kind of my thing. I love peppers. Might call me the pepper man or something, I don't know. But right here, I got some potatoes that I'm growing. They should be ready in about a month. Got some garlic, elephant garlic. Right here is my station under the tree. So I have more peppers, as y'all can see, bell peppers. Got a couple peppers in this 10-gallon. This is a 10-gallon fabric pot, and I have one pepper in the middle with a watermelon surrounding it. Right here, I have a pepper in the middle with some other type of melon surrounding it. Here, I have a sage in the middle with some cantaloupe surrounding it. Here, I have a tomato in the middle with cantaloupe surrounding it as well. This is my cucumber bed. These two, I believe this one is a 20-gallon. I think this is a 20-gallon, and I believe this one right here is a 40-gallon. I could be wrong. I don't want to lie to y'all, but it's definitely not a 10-gallon or a 20-gallon. Here, then this right here is my partner's part of the garden. She has some tomatoes growing. She also has some herbs and some flowers as well. Geranium. She has some peppers. I gifted her this candy cane Xenia. I don't know if y'all could see how beautiful this is. Let me see if I could get it to focus. She has some more peppers, tomatoes, and things like that. So right here is the bulk of my container garden. I'm not gonna go through each individual plant, but as y'all can see, I have some tomatoes growing. I have some peppers, epazote, have some oregano, borage, onions, more peppers. And as we move back here, more peppers, more tomatoes, the ashwagandha that I saved in that video that y'all seen. Y'all should go check it out if y'all haven't seen how to harvest and save your ashwagandha for the next year. Got some carrots and calendula in there as well. Got some beautiful comfrey plants growing in the ground. Some microgreens growing. I just uncovered them last night. So they just taking in that sunlight so that they could develop their chlorophyll. Got a couple things I'm gonna be planting, but that's for a future video. But I appreciate everyone who has stayed tuned to the end of this video. Remember that gardening is a choice. Gardening is something that if you wanna do it, you'll do it. If you don't, you won't. Remember that whenever we plant these seeds, whenever we share seeds, whenever we get these plants, we put them in the soil, we not only are connecting with nature, but we are showing people, we are showing the world that humans can be self-sufficient. We don't have to rely on a grocery store. We don't have to rely on big tractors. We don't have to rely on heavy machinery, pesticides, herbicides, or anything like that for us to enjoy food. To me, food is a big part of life. For every culture, your food means the most to you. So be in control of your food. Grow it the best way that you can. Harvest it the best way that you can. If you are a person that eats meat, kill your own animal. Make sure that they're not suffering through the process, because energy not only transfers to you, but if you have a family, that energy transfers to your family and the people around you. So all I gotta say is, it's a beautiful day to garden. Love your neighbor as you love yourself, and love yourself as you love your neighbor. Peace.
Draining all your energy, better pull them like a weed. Undefeated in life, shit, I sprouted like a seed.